Hi folks, Mac T here, and of course you're probably wondering, why do I have my trash can setting up here and do I have a window taped to it? I'll explain in just a minute.
Welcome back to a Mac T video.
Now, we have the window glass here, right here. This is not tempered glass, folks. This is laminated glass, just like your front windshield. You're going to have the lamination in there. Now, this glass is laminated, as you might have heard or watched my previous video, and I'll put that in the link when I replaced the driver's side window on my other Ford Edge. But on this glass here, this glass is a tempered glass. It is not a laminated glass, and so is this, and so is this in your back window. They are not laminated, but the front window is laminated for acoustical reasons. Yes, they want it soundproof. So by putting lamination in the side window, you will get your sound dampening capabilities. Now, there's an issue with that. We all seen a bunch of stuff, so let me go ahead and describe why I'm doing this. Now, I'm going to describe why I'm doing this, mostly because this is laminated glass, and I want to show you all why this is so much harder to break. And I went out and I got me one of these emergency window breaking tools. Yes, I'm going to try to break it with this, and if this don't break it and shatter it so I can get out of the car, then we're going to break out the big hammers and see what it does. But we'll try this out first. About 12 bucks over at any auto parts store. You can get these. And of course, we're going to do this. But I do want to show you the laminate on the windows. And I'll give you a close-up here on the edge of the window so you can understand what is going on. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but if you look right where my fingernail is running, you see that laminate in there. You can push your fingernail in there. It's softer. It's almost like a tape, okay? So you can see this going all the way through the windshield, okay? This is how it is. It's laminated all the way through, all the way around. So you can actually see that. And of course, that's what makes it soundproof. So we're going to go ahead and test this out to see what does it take to break this window. Now, I took this window out because it was broke, and it has a crack on it right here where the manufacturer, Ford, broke it when they installed it. And then, of course, the crack eventually over the years made it up through the windshield. No recall on this, so don't go looking. Basically, they say it's your cost to replace. But, you know, we all hear about these emergency hammers here, like this one. And you know, say, oh, if you're caught in the car and can't get out, you got to take and break the window, right? Let me throw this out of the way. So you have this emergency hammer here. And, of course, I guess you can use it as a defense weapon. But, you know, it's almost like brass knuckles. Wow. Okay? You can get in a fist fight with this thing. But it does have a little light on it and everything else that you can take and use. I got to get the batteries working on it. I just bought it. But it does have a little light in it. But this part here, this is supposed to break the actual hammer and is supposed to break it, as you can see. And then it's got its little light. So I'm not selling this thing. I bought it to do a purposeful thing on the glass. And I'm going to hit the glass right here. And we're going to see if it breaks it. I don't know if it will or won't, but the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is go get me some gloves on because I don't want to cut my hands. Now, as you can see, I do have my face shield on. That way I don't get hit with any flying glass. And, of course, I have this hammer here just in case this don't do it. One thing they do say about this thing is you can break it from the inside or the outside. But basically we want to try it out from the outside, see what it is. You know, scenario, you're trying to rescue somebody, you got this in your car, you do this. But if you are in a situation where you say you're going underwater, your glass here will not go down. The water pressure against the glass would be such force that the electric motor wouldn't allow it to come down. So you really have no choice but to break the glass. But if it's laminated glass, it's not going to break, right? So, of course, that's an issue all by its own. You're going to have to put your feet up against it and push really hard to break that glass out. And, of course, it will then do. But, you know, that's water rescue techniques and everything else. But if you do have to get out, you can try this. But I'm thinking this ain't going to work, folks, because I'm going to demonstrate why this laminated glass acts like a front windshield and it's very hard to get out. And also, I had it. I might as well smash it, right? It's worth nothing. So why not just take and do a little video on destruction of glass. But as you can see, got my gloves on, got my bigger hammer, and of course I got my little hammer. So let's go ahead and break this here. Well, we're going to go ahead and try this. I'm going to take and give it a good whack right here and see if it breaks it at all. So let's go ahead and see what it does. Nothing. It did absolutely nothing. Let me hit it harder. Nothing again, folks. Not breaking. Let me try it again. Nothing broke. Nothing at all broke. No breaks. Nothing. Okay? Let me try. Keep in mind, this is already broke. It's already broke. Nothing. Wonder if this will do it. Think so? Let's try. There we go. But it broke down here where it was already broke. And there we go. Got to have the big hammer, right? Now we got the shatter. And now the glass is starting to move. Now, as you can tell, since it is all wobbly right here, this makes sense when you're in the car and you break the glass. Now it's weakened. Now you can get into it. But you know what? What are we trying to do? We got to try to break this in. And guess what? All it does is powder. There you go. Finally get in, okay? You're going to have to break this pretty hard in order to get your hammer in there, and I'll show you what it looks like with the laminate broke. Of course, safety first, right? But you see that? See that hole right there? See that hole? That is the laminate. That right there is the laminate. You can see the laminate in the glass finally broke, but you're going to have to beat on this thing quite a bit to get it to actually, you see how flexible it is and everything else. Once you do start breaking it, then it becomes quite flexible. Then you can start peeling it over and doing all sorts of other stuff with it. But you're going to have to work very hard to get through it. So, in a nutshell, folks, it doesn't break like your standard glass, so if somebody, I guess, tries to break into your car, they're going to have to work pretty hard at it. So, folks, as we can see, this laminate glass, pretty tough. You're going to have to beat on it quite a bit in order to actually get it to break. But once it does break, it does lose its structural integrity, and then of course you can eventually get into it. But it's going to leave a lot of small glass shards, so you want to be careful of that. But overall, this is how it works. And of course, that is what you do. I just wanted to destroy something for once and not have to fix it. So in this case, I get to throw this in this trash can right here and get rid of it. But this is MACT, and by all means, go over here and, of course, join that Facebook page. And, of course, see what we're doing. we're always busy over there trying to help folks, so join up on the Facebook. And by all means, go over to the YT also, and of course subscribe to MACTFORDEDGE on the old YT. And of course, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, and that way you can see all my new videos as they come out. But as with all things, my feet hit the floor today, and I'm happy for it. And I want you to be happy for the day that your feet hit the floor too. So have a great day. And Mercy Girl's going to toss a couple of one-liners at you, and listen to the music.
Thank you, MACT. This is a Mercy Girl production. Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe.